New year, better me. And this is something I've been leaning into a lot lately. And before we begin, hey, I'm Angelisa, and I am a dirt bike enthusiast who loves to share all my tips and tricks with you so that we can better ourselves in our dirt bike riding. So I ask you this, what can you do now that your future self will be so thankful for? Here is what I'll be doing so that my future self will be so happy and so stoked that I took the time to set up all of these things so that I'm successful when it comes to my dirt bike season. As I enjoy my slow season, waiting for my next adventure, I decided to tackle one dirt bike related task at a time so that my future me can live stress-free, or at least not have to worry about the little things when it comes to dirt bike riding. So I ask you this, what can you do now that your future self will be thankful for? Here's what I will be doing so that my future self will be so happy and stoked. Number 1, cleaning hydro packs. I'm not gonna lie, I went out for a dirt bike ride late December and never cleaned my hydro pack. When it came to hydrating myself on the trails, it was a very greasy, muddy trail ride, and I was hot and sweaty and I needed to hydrate myself and take a sip of my water. So when I did sip from my tube of my hydro pack, it was pure mold. It was so disgusting. I knew that it had been over a year since I last cleaned my hydro pack, and like when I say clean, like scrubbed every nook and cranny. And it's something I've been telling myself that I will do during my slow season, but I just never got around to it. So taking the time to properly clean my hydro pack is something my future self will be so happy about, especially when I do go on those impromptu rides. My future self will be very happy about. So number 2 is washing all of my gear. Now this is including my helmet pads. Something I do, but not as often as I should. I'm going to give my gear a good scrub. I like to wash my helmet pads in soapy hot water and then let them dry. And for the rest of my gear, I throw in the wash and hang dry. And then after I've washed everything, I fold them up nicely and put them back into my bag. Number 3 is pre-plan any trips for the year as best as I can. Now, January is the month where I take a good look at my overall year and see how I can plug in days or weekends to do any type of riding and explore new areas and a whole lot of dirt bike camping. If you didn't know, we try to dirt bike camp at least 4 times a year. However, last year and this year, unfortunately, is going to look a little different because we are currently building our dream shop, which requires a lot of our extra spare time. So for my own sanity, I do plan a couple rides with my gal pals so that I can make sure that I fill up my cup first and that I'm getting some good old-fashioned me time in. My future self is so stoked when I put in that effort. Number 4 is workout, mobility, and stretches. This is a no-brainer, but something I can overlook a lot, and that is keeping up with my mobility and my stretching. I'm pretty good at sticking with my workout routine, but it's the stretching and mobility that I can procrastinate on. I always think, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, or I'll start that next week, and I never do. My goal this year is to be more mindful when it comes to mobility and implement this daily, even if it's only 5 minutes a day. Taking time to do this will help future me be more resilient and somewhat pain-free after my rides. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Number 5 is dirt bike maintenance. Over the years, I've always neglected my dirt bike in the winter season, probably because I was sledding and didn't have the time or energy to wrench on my dirt bike. Since we built our shop, we now have the space to tinker on our bikes, which has been a huge bonus this past month. It's been almost 4 years of wrenching on our dirt bikes and sleds outside an indoor space. And now that we finally have the space in place to do maintenance, it really has been a game changer and a little bit more enjoyable. This winter, I want to overlook my dirt bike and order parts early so that they arrive on time for the next adventure I go on. My forks are currently blown on my dirt bike, so that is something I need to work on and fix. My future self will be so happy when the time comes to start riding consistently again and not have to worry about fixing my dirt bike last minute. Now, these are some of my ideas, but I hope it inspires you to take action on what you can do now to prepare yourself for a successful dirt bike season. Tell me below, what is something that you can do now that your future self will be so thankful for? If you haven't seen it yet, I did go for a dirt bike ride end of December, and it was greasy, it was messy, it was muddy, but it was so much fun and interesting. Please go check that out next as I document my whole entire ride. And as always, keep killing it safely out there, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.